So today I'll be doing a video discussing the new Straw Hat Pirate revealed. Now, when it comes to One Piece, we already know that the Straw Hat Pirates, they're going to be a legendary group, so they're going to have a lot of strong pirates on the crew, and they're already making a crew full of strong people. But today I'm going to be discussing why the Straw Hats could be adding one more monster, and yes, I mean a monster, to their crew that could actually end up helping them out in the long run. Now, we know that the latest two people who did join the crew after Brook, because after Brook joined, it really did seem like there was like a long cutoff, but after Brook did end up joining, we seen that Jinbei and Vivi, they both ended up really confirming and joining the Straw Hat members. Now, Jinbei's introduction to the Straw Hats was probably more controversial than Vivi's, and Jinbei's is probably one of the most controversial joinings of the crew, because we saw Vivi, she pledged to join all the way back at Alabasta, and it was cool finally seeing her say, you know what, I'm a member of the Straw Hats too. So Vivi's joining was different, but with Jinbei, his was more extreme, because we seen that he had to hold off Big Mom. He basically had to be put on hold in order to be able to join, and we know that Jinbei, out of all the members, he probably does have one of the closest relationships to Luffy, simply because without Luffy, Jinbei would not, or without Jinbei, Luffy would not be alive. I almost kind of messed up there, but no, Jinbei saved his life back in Fishman Island, and we know that ever since then, him and Luffy have pretty much been good friends. And once Jinbei joined, he definitely did tip the power scaling, because he made it seem like that there was no longer a big three, well, a regular big three, because we're used to the whole Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. But then once Jinbei joined, a lot of people started speculating, yo, who's strong between him and Zoro or him and Sanji. A lot of spooky things started coming up when Jinbei was introduced, and it really did shake up the looks of the big three. Now, when we look at the Straw Hat alliances, they are not lacking in that department either, because we see that they have the Heart Pirates, which is led by Law. We know that Law is going to be one of the next big pirates in the whole One Piece series. When it comes to the big pirates, we know of the old school generation, there was Whitebeard, Shiki, Roger. We know that this generation is not going to have Luffy, Kid, Blackbeard, Law. Yes, Law will be up there, so it's good that the Straw Hats do have somebody who is that strong as their ally. And then the next family that we see up here are the Kazuki family, and we know how OP and how dangerous they are to the world. We are in Wano right now, so to see the Kazuki family actually be allied to them, that just made me think, man, oh man, oh man, this is just going to be different, because now that they have the people of Wano backing them, the swordsmen of this forbidden land backing them, this means that they're going to have alliances of no bounds. Yes, Wano is a country that is cut off by the government, so they have their own little rules, and the fact that they have the family, which is basically looked at as one of the more important families of Wano on their side, another big plus for the Straw Hats. And keeping it on the mythical side, we know that they have the Mink tribes on their side, and this one is probably the most important one, low-key, simply because Roger, we know that he was aligned with the Minks. Yes, Roger, we know that he brought the Minks onto his crew, and he seemingly was the one who gave the Minks clout. Yes, he's the one who put them on. He's the one that said, you know what, I'm going to decide to take these animals on my crew, and we saw how strong they become. And the fact that Luffy pretty much did the same thing as Roger and he recruited the Minks, it's a pretty high chance that he has a chance to be similar to Roger when it comes to his crew and stuff. So that's a big point for Luffy becoming the Pirate King, by having the Minks be his allies too, a lot similar to Roger, and spooky foreshadowing for Luffy becoming the new Pirate King. And then last but not least, I have to talk about them. I have to talk about them when it comes to the alliance, and that is the Fire Tank Pirates. Yes, we know that Capone, his pirate crew is super slept on. We saw what they could do back in the Whole Cake Island arc. We saw that Capone, he is one of the most slept on supernovas. He definitely did earn his title of being one of the top people in a Yonko crew. So I definitely do think that the Fire Tank Pirates, they will come in handy, because we know that Capone, he was kind of in the middle area of the supernova when it comes to strength. So to have not only Law, but somebody like Capone be your in your alliance too, that's two of some of the stronger supernovas. Good job, for Luffy. But I know at this point you guys are thinking, okay, so after you named all these Straw Hat members and all the new Alliance people, then who can be the new Straw Hat member? And after reading the latest One Piece chapter, I think it's safe to say that Big Mom. Yes, this is crazy, but Big Mom will be Luffy's new Straw Hat companion. Now, pause. I'm not saying she's gonna join the crew, because obviously, if Big Mom did leave Luffy's crew, or leave her crew to go join Luffy's, that would be crazy. But we see with the latest chapter, Big Mom, she tried to go to Wano to fight Kaido. Yes, she tried to duke it out with Kaido, and basically she ended up getting amnesia. And the one person who found her, Chopper. Yes, Chopper was the one who found her. And I know some guys might be thinking, why is it such a big deal that Chopper found her? We know that Big Mom, she kind of does have a soft spot for inanimate objects, or basically things that are rare in this world, because we see with the whole Zeus and Prometheus thing, she was interested in capturing their souls and making them basically work for her. And the same thing with Brook and Chopper. We seen back in Whole Cake Island, she had a liking to them while they were enemies, while she was fully conscious. She didn't even want to kill any of them, even though they were basically in her face and doing all these disrespectful things to them that would have gotten anybody else killed. She was like, I'm going to keep you guys are cute. So I do think that Chopper, he can end up using Big Mom after finding out that she lost her memory. He can use her to actually aid them in the battle with Kaido on Wano. Yes, Chopper can actually use Big Mom to aid him with the battle of Big Mom and Kaido on Wano. And after this battle actually does happen, who knows, maybe Big Mom will actually end up taking a liking to Luffy's crew, and maybe they could actually end up forming an alliance. We know that Whitebeard, back in the day, he had a lot of alliances with different Yonkos like Shanks, and it was pretty much safe to assume that nobody was going to attack Whitebeard. So it's pretty much safe to assume that Luffy, he could do the same thing when it comes to Big Mom's crew. He could end up making an alliance with them, similar to how Whitebeard did. It's not too far-fetched to think that two Yonkos, because Luffy, we know that he is considered a fifth Yonko. We do know that it's not too far-fetched to believe that two Yonkos could actually team up and they could form an alliance, thus making the Big Mom Pirates and the Straw Hat Pirates actually become alliance with each other. And that could be one of the strongest, no, not could be, it will be the strongest partner that the Straw Hat Pirates do have. Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.